to understand your God once and for all. I'm going to give you 2 examples, and I want you to juggle with these examples. So I want you to take an object or a person and to ask yourself, who is that person without the stories that I hold about them? So for example, take your boyfriend, take your girlfriend, your husband, your sister, your mother, and analyze without the stories that you tell about them, like without the label that you have put upon them. Who are they? Any story that you say about their behavior or anything that you label, like their appearance or like their voice is this, their voice is that, like their behavior is this or that. Can't you really see that this is just your story? So I'm going to give you the answer. Without you and the stories you hold about them, they don't even exist. Your stories are what is pumping life into the object, aka like this, for example, it's a remote, and you calling it a remote, it's what's pumping life into it. You're labeling a remote, that's why it exists as a remote. You're labeling your specific person a narcissist, there you go, he's a narcissist. So you are giving life, and who gives life? God. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to do reverse engineer, and I want you to analyze, and I've promised I'm going to do a video about reverse engineer, and this is going to be the video. So reverse engineer is where you track back your life and you analyze your whole thinking, and you understand that your thinking was the reason you experienced the situations in your life. I'm going to give you 2 examples. Let's just say, for example, I was afraid that I was going to break up. Nevertheless, I manifested the breakup. So my thinking, me selecting the scenario that someone would be able to leave me, it's what manifested the breakup. I thought I was going to go to university. I went to university. I wanted a car. I got my car. So everything in my life revolved around me, my decisions, my desires, and my thoughts. Now, the next question you asked is how to know whether I'm in the end state. Just to reassure you, you are always in an end state. Now, it might not be the state that you desire. So you are either in the end state of, I'm going to go general about it, I'm going to explain you on a general matter. You either are in the state of not having that thing. Either it's poor, or it's single, or broken up, or etc., etc. Or you are either in the state of having it. The state of having it, it's similar to the state, I know I'm going to have it. So you don't have to actually force yourself to know that I already have it when you obviously cannot see it in your 3D. No one is asking you to be the Lulu or lie to yourself. But knowing that you are going to have it, knowing that it's going to be a certainty, knowing that it doesn't have any choice of not manifesting, and knowing that it's a promise, it's a must be, it's what's making you embody the I do have it state. So how do you realize you're in the end state of your desire manifested? You no longer search for it. You no longer doubt it. You no longer ask yourself, when is it going to manifest? Like, I'm going to give you an example. When you go and order your coffee from the coffee shop, you are in the end state of having your coffee. You don't have it in the second, but you know that in 3 minutes it's going to be prepared and delivered to you. But you are in the state of having the coffee, because you know you ordered it. So it's basically the same thing. When you give the command, which the command means, I accept my desire as being already done, because creation is already finished. So your desire is already done. It has its own bridge of incidents. It's already done. You just have to select it and say, I want this. And then you go about your life. You don't doubt it, you don't question it, you don't find stupid reasons for why you shouldn't have it. So that's how you live in the end state. You understand that you no longer dwell in, I don't have it. You no longer dwell in fear of losing anything. You no longer dwell in, where is it? I'm going to stalk it. I'm going to search for it. I'm going to make it so. When you try to make it so, you're not in the end state, because if you already have it, or at least you know it's coming, how can you make something so when it's already so? So you know you're in the end state of manifesting your specific person when you are no longer bothered with what they do, because you know that regardless of what they do, they're yours. You're no longer bothered with the past, because you know that the past doesn't get to define what's going to come next, doesn't get to cancel your decision of having your desire. You live in the end state when you live in the present moment, knowing that your desire, it's a promise, it's a prophecy, it's a must be. It's irreversible. Your decision is irreversible. And what you desire must be yours, because otherwise, why would you have the desire in the first place? You understand you're in the end state of manifesting your specific person when you no longer stalk them. Why would you stalk them? They're yours regardless. When you no longer question what they think. What do you mean what they think? You decide what they think. They're yours. They think what you say they think. So this is how you understand whether you're in the end state. So now, being in the end state or not, I don't want you to question yourself or beat yourself up if you weren't in the end state. Most of the times you are in the end state of your desire being manifested when you refuse to continue to be a victim, and when you refuse to find fault with yourself, when you refuse to dwell in fear. Because since creation is already finished and the 3D is dual, you can only have opposites. So when you refuse to occupy the state that says, I don't have it, you automatically occupy the state of having it. Okay? Now, what's the easiest, laziest way to manifest? Be still and know that you're God. That's the easiest, fastest way to manifest. Know that you decide, know that you command your 3D to bring you your desires the same way you command your food at the restaurant. That's it. No more work, no more effort, no more doubt, no more fear. Done. Be still and know that you're God. What are you afraid of?